Start recording, you son of a bitch. Do what? Moderators? Do we need moderators?
Me? I did Bagel. He's found in Texas today.
Well, moderators like someone. No, they're like someone who like watches everything and right. So kind of like what y'all do, sort of,
Whenever they're not on the live. Good morning. Well, no, you're on the live too, but you can block people like if you see them. Oh, yeah.
Well, hello, killer, Oklahoma. Here they come.
Keep the moderator. Oh, my God.
Right. Lord have mercy.
Lord.
Lord.
The Lord.
The
four in the YouTube.
Y'all keep this out. I used to go in between you two.
I've always
Find a turn it there.
doing like musical chairs for everybody. Like, maybe it is my fault.
Well, yeah, but let's be honest. It wasn't no like musical chairs. You like wormed your ass on in here. You used to sit right there, and it was like, oh, I'm not being seen on TV, so I got to get over here.
You did.
I'm not on everybody's live. Everybody else's live is off, except for yours. That's it.
And how's the work wives doing? Well, they're all still breathing. Unfortunately. Oh, Lordy have mercy. Well, what an interesting. This has been like an interesting kind of like weird week.
Again.
1,000 now? Your shit was fast.
I mean, like almost to the point of saying it's been a fucked up week.
Yeah, it's been going by way fast for me.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
Monday was drag.
Yeah, Monday didn't drag.
Well, Monday.
I looked at the time clock and blinked, and then it was like bang.
Time clock, and you wait, you blink.
Sorry, the time.
Well, Monday drug, I think, because I was pissed off at all of y'all.
Me too. It's harder to see him that way. Mr. Anthony is taking a fight.
How about who?
Someone said, Nick Rodriguez, how many fourth graders do you think you'd take in a fight?
What is that?
Literally what it says.
Well, I am not even entertaining that. That's ridiculous.
I've gotten banned like 3 times.
I don't think I've ever been banned.
This is the guy that you yelled and said that you wanted that case. They wanted to know if he ever called. I wasn't here at the time.
You weren't. You damn sure were.
I just didn't come in there. I was just in there.
We fixed it.
I didn't know.
Where the hell have you been? Okay, that's it. You're banished over there.
I'm not moving.
Don't. I will move you. I will.
Oh, yeah, we already updated.
Hang on, y'all.
When you bounce back and forth, Devin, if you're not live. See ya.
Well, I guess she can't take a joke today. All right. So, what? Let's see. What are your guys? Well, I have no idea about that. So, okay. So this is.
It's okay.
What are your guys' favorite, funniest moments? What are the favorite, funniest moments?
When Sonny busted ass in the hallway.
Now that
was pretty funny.
Or when Stephanie did the walk.
Oh yeah, breaking her toe.
See, I didn't
Yeah,
even.
not breaking her toe was hilarious.
I didn't even hear it.
You weren't here.
No, I was here. I was in my office, but all I heard was, I think it just broke my toe, y'all. I must have been like really. I don't know why she got pissed. She's been doing that lately. I mean, you breathe wrong and she gets mad. So, well, all right. Since you're like all do the what's the fundraiser?
As everybody knows, we did a case a couple months ago. Actually, you and Stephanie started it. We have a patient named Heather who I have become super close with. I absolutely love her. She's from Alaska. She's a mom of 2 girls. Daniel went and fought to get her in to see an ENT because her insurance wouldn't let her. She got in, saw the ENT. They removed 4 polyps from her. Of those 4 polyps, 3 were fungus. 1 was cancerous. They are doing some kind of test and lab on it right now. She'll have those back next week. She has Medicaid. Medicaid is leaving her with almost $1,000 hospital bill from the surgery. I don't know if it's a physician. I don't know if it was someone who was out of network.
Okay.
Not really sure how it ended. She unfortunately doesn't have that kind of money. So we're gonna just do a little fundraiser for her and try to get her some money, and then we're gonna give it to her.
Well, I'll fight with Medicaid over that too. I didn't know that was going on.
Mm-hmm. She just told me yesterday about it. She was just calling me to give me an update on everything, tell me her results would be in next month, or next week. But they had already gotten a hospital bill, and she was incredibly concerned about it.
Okay.
But when did she have the procedure done?
Not even 2 weeks ago, maybe.
I'm wondering if Medicaid hasn't paid yet. They just sent her a statement.
No. So
That's really fast.
So the surgery was like crazy amounts of money.
Oh, okay.
But they just sent her a bill. I think she said it was like $800 or something.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. She said that she would happily email it to me.
She's going to need to do that because with Medicaid there shouldn't be that.
Yeah, they shouldn't. You can't balance bill on Medicaid. So
right.
So we don't have that. So we don't ever bill somebody if they have Medicaid.
If Medicaid has paid, you cannot bill the patient at all.
Unless she's a Medicaid HMO or some other kind of special plan.
And like I say,
No, still typical with if it's Medicaid HMO, it doesn't matter. No, not with Medicaid. Doesn't matter the HMOs either. Even the Medicaid HMOs, there's no copay. There can't be.
I'm your new owner. Devin,
I was just wondering if she had a better health or Molina or something.
I've already made the video. It's on my thing. There's in the bio and in the link. It shows you where you can go.
Let's. Oh hell, I can't get this to be right here.
So we do medical billing and coding and patient advocacy. Just something to help them. Something to help them.
Ooh, that might work.
Their financial training.
There we go. That way I can see it like here.
Girl, I forget daily. My favorite thing for Daniel to say is, "You didn't tell me that." When we didn't tell him that.
Bullshit. Half the time they don't tell me that shit.
The real Trey Andrews, I can't find this. Yeah, I know, and I can't believe how quick Daniel resolved the case. It was like
5 minutes.
Bam.
Yeah, so that one. So they called me last night, and this is Chris Big Fat Ahonen. That's a very popular guy here on TikTok. His wife has cancer. Well, they live in a town that is about that big, okay, with a hospital, a critical access hospital, mind you, that is about that big. And she didn't have her insurance card on her yet when they went to do the biopsy. Hospital says that's okay. Bring it up here when
You get it.
you get it. So they do. The hospital never billed United Healthcare. They're in network with United Healthcare. With the in-network with United Healthcare, they have an obligation, a contractual obligation to bill United Healthcare within 95 days.
Mm-hmm.
They did not. So they sent the account to Credit Bureau Systems, which is a collection agency, and they got what I call a blow smoke up your ass letter. You know, we're going to sue you if you don't pay or whatever. Well, Kentucky has laws where if a judgment is placed against you, they can garnish your wages. And it said you have to respond by Friday over this.
I've done that before. It was fun.
So I wish y'all would stop doing that shit. I'm trying to say something. So, anyway, they weren't sure, you know, what to do about it, and thinking that that they've already been sued and that it's gonna take effect Friday. Well, no, it was just a smoke up your ass letter was what it was. It was the threat of a suit. So they sent it to me. I called about 8 o'clock this morning over to that attorney, and I had actually only asked him for a week extension on it before the response had to be filed. And I told him what the situation was, and he said, "Oh no, we're not even going to do anything with this. We're going to drop this." Because now I'll go to the hospital and get them to bill United Healthcare and get all that done. They have like a 70-30 plan. She'll still owe something.
Yeah, but
But she won't owe no $2,500.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they were just so worried about that. And
they put the insurance in there, and somebody didn't switch it from a self-pay to insurance and never generated.
they never generated the claim. This is what I'm going to assume. And so, you know, the hospital doesn't want to admit their fuck up. Well, they're fixing to have to. But the attorney dropped it all. He said, we're not taking this. We're not doing this. So there's that. Near. Hi.
They said to get you
trying to
back.
answer
Oh.
y'all with comments.
Let's see.
There's a guy on
Maybe he
here.
needs a Xanax, girl. He needs a
There's
Xanax
a
every day.
VA. It's cornbreaded Kunas is his name.
Cornbreaded Kunas.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
He's been under the care of the VA for over 8 years.
Mhm.
He was in a car wreck in California.
Okay.
And so he's having problems with that. It's showing up on his stuff now, but the medical bills keep coming to him for the wreck, and now it's on his credit.
Well, so car insurance should have been billed first.
Mm-hmm.
What car insurance didn't pay gets billed to the VA. And now they have a year for the VA to get those claims paid. What they need to do is go to the credit bureaus and dispute them because he has VA health care as well. I mean, VA is such a bitch to deal with. Yeah. You know, they say we don't have the claim, then they do have the claim, then they don't have the claim, then they send you a letter stating that they need more information, but the letter's dated 5 days before they actually receive the claim. And then they say, oh, well, you know, it's November, but we're just now processing claims from May.
They finally paid that beach claim from 2019.
The one that we were, oh, good
they
God.
Finally, and you know how much they paid on it? A whole $36.
God bless them.
All that fighting for 36.
All that fighting for $36. I mean, it's been almost 4 years since the wreck. Well, they had no standing then.
How long?
4 years the hospital has no standing. A year.
Some of us, everybody, I guess.
If they never filed a claim with the VA, that bill has to go away. Period. Period.
Period. That girl we watch. Oh, my mama. Period.
I mean, that's, that's got to go away. So I want to knock a couple of things out real quick, though. So anybody that's on Medicare, your Part B premium for 2021 is going up to $148.50 a month. Your Part B deductible is $203 for the year. Your Medicare Part A deductible is $1,484 for 2021. Now, there's people that ask me all the time, about insurance and which insurance is the best, and how can I get on Obamacare, blah 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 blah. Well, everybody needs to realize there's only 36 states that use the marketplace exchange programs. Out of the 50 states, there's only 36 that use healthcare.gov. Now, there's 181 insurance carriers on healthcare.gov, but only 36 states use them. So, if they don't use healthcare.gov, that's when you need to call your local insurance agent or call like Rebecca and them at KBI Solutions and get them to find you a decent plan. Now, most employer-based PPO plans, they're increasing by at least 4.4% for 2021.
Ours didn't go up that much. I was really surprised.
It probably went up about the minimum of 4.4. I bet.
Of course, we switched from, the case. We're switching from a case plan to Cigna.
Right.
So.
What?
She says, her hospital. The hospital set up dehydrated and sent me home. No fluids, nothing after the CAT scan. My primary called me 2 days later and sent me to neuro. Ended. Ended up having a heart cath for a hole. Merely said I could have died. She wants to know if she can sue the hospital for non-payment.
I'm not an attorney, but yes. I don't know an attorney alive that wouldn't take that one. If it's as simple as it's said. Is nobody answering the phone? Well, Stephanie's in her office. Answer the phone! Now, the other thing is to avoid Aetna at all costs. Avoid Aetna at all costs this year. Because Aetna will only pay, if you have an out-of-network claim, say you got an ER or whatever, Aetna will only pay at the in-network Medicare rate and leave you stuck with a big-ass bill. And in some states, Aetna will only pay at the in-network Medicaid rate.
Even if they're contracted with a hospital? Even if they're contractual? So in their contract, the hospital had to have negotiated what their rates would be.
No, Aetna basically said, this is what our rates are. If you want to be in network with us, then there you go.
Wow, they're pulling a Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Yes, they are.
Wow.
Yeah.
Except for Aetna's only going to pay Medicaid.
Wow.
And let's see here. Oh, if you have Medicare and you're a diabetic, get a Part D plan.
Pharmacy plan?
Yes, get the pharmacy plan because, especially for insulin alone, if you're on a Part D plan for this year, is going to save you over $446 a year on your insulin. What now?
I have a question.
What?
But I want, whenever you're ready for
Yeah.
it, it's about the election.
Yep. What the question is?
They just said that they have a hard time understanding what exactly is going on, and so they like it when you explain what is.
Okay.
And I put off the election for a week on TikTok.
Okay. All right. So
I'm about to get banned, y'all.
here's the way the presidential election actually works. So Of course, this year was a little different because of the pandemic. We have, the mail-in voting was expand. The circumstances to get a mail-in ballot was expanded into basically, if you want a mail-in ballot, you don't want to vote in person because you're scared of
request
COVID.
one.
You request one, you get it. Um,
Every state was different.
yes. Now, in certain states, counting the mail-in ballots was extended. Usually, the mail-in ballots are counted. So they have to be in by November 3rd, or the first Tuesday of November. Okay, they have to be in and counted by then. If it comes in November 4th, doesn't count. That's not the way this election was done. Now, there's some states that got their counting extended or allowed more time for the ballots to come in. And that was Pennsylvania and North Carolina, I believe. Those were the two that pushed for it. So understand that when Fox News, CNN, ABC, CBS, whoever, what they have done is they have projected or predicted that this certain state is going for this certain candidate. All right. That does not mean that's actually what happened because the votes aren't certified until December. The Electoral College has not voted yet at all. Those don't get the ballots don't get actually certified until December. So what it is right now is the media has said, and this is this way every presidential election. The media has said we anticipate Joe Biden to be the president-elect. Most of the time they get it right. There are times they get it wrong. They got it wrong when it was George Bush versus Al Gore. So
He's not the new.
so he's not at all the next president-elect yet. He could possibly be in December. We just don't know. So they're still counting ballots in certain states. Donald Trump's campaign has filed multiple lawsuits in multiple states. Now, a lot of the lawsuits were getting thrown out because they were lawsuits with no evidence. Some of it was like a Hail Mary. Some of it was, let's just get it out there that we filed a lawsuit. But now there's more suits being filed because there's actual evidence, or what the Trump campaign perceives to be actual and factual evidence. So we got to wait for that to play out before we can say anything at all. Now, there is, right now, in the Senate, the balance of power is there is 50 Republican senators, 48 Democrat senators. There is 2 races in Georgia that are still going because they went into a special runoff, and those elections will be January the 3rd. And in order for the Democrats to control the Senate, they have to win both of those races. If the Democrats win the Senate and Joe Biden actually turns out to be the actual president, then what you have is a complete Democrat power base in Washington, because the Democrats will control the House of Representatives, they'll control the Senate, they'll have the White House. So at the very least, we need for the 2 Senate races in Georgia to go Republican. Because if Joe Biden gets elected, the Senate is going to be the balance between the representatives and the White House. They're going to be the ones that are going to put a stopgap into a lot of stuff. So again, nobody panic yet. because there's lawsuits that are being filed. There's ballots still being counted. There's ballots being challenged.
I don't understand why it's taking Nevada so freaking. It's not a populous state. Why is it taking?
Well,
They
okay,
can
so
count money like it's going out of style. but they
well,
can't
here's the
count
thing though,
money.
with Nevada,
Yeah.
with Nevada, they have on their mail-in ballots, they have a machine, of course, that counts the ballots and verifies signatures and stuff. The signature verification piece of the machine
Don't work.
was non-existent. So they have ballots with no signatures. They have ballots with the wrong signatures. And so they are going to have to go back and hand count all of those. And they're probably going to have to hand count every one of them.
And that's what.
And there's going to be a lot of stuff that's probably going to get ballots.
Yesterday,
Yes.
They're doing a manual hand
Yes.
count re-verification.
You know,
all at one time.
and Wisconsin is already qualified for a recount.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia's going to go to recount.
Yes.
You know, I think Arizona is going to go to recount. So don't even. That's what I'm saying. There is nothing to stress about over this. There is nothing to worry about over this right now because nothing's happening.
Yeah. Other than the recounts and, you know, everybody proving what they are trying to prove in the courts, that's all that's.
That's all there
Well, yeah, and we
is.
won't have answers until that.
What?
That follows.
There's a lot of people on TikTok who like have made videos who was like, I went to vote and they've already voted.
That's
Okay, and that right there.
on the website to look and it didn't show
But
that.
that's because they hadn't put the people up yet who voted. They just put up the number of votes. Our county was slow in putting up the people who voted. So that's some of that, Sonny, is the evidence that they're talking about that, you know, well, it shows they've already voted even though they haven't.
Does it get fixed, I guess? Like,
Yes, and that's where the lawsuits come in. That's why there's lawsuits being thrown in. That's what that
And
is.
for like your knowledge, when they did the mail-in ballots in Pennsylvania, I think they didn't segregate them and separate them from the rest of the votes. So what they're trying to do is have a lawsuit that throws them completely out because you can't prove that they were in by they were stamped November 3rd.
Right. I mean, it's just like us here. I was told by one of our own postal workers that any ballots found, no matter the date, they were told to be postmarked November the 3rd and put them in.
There's an email.
And the person that received the email, which all of them at our post office received the email in case they found one, she sent an email back to that regional supervisor that literally said, "You can kiss my ass." So, you know, it's kind of weird. So Jenny Carpenter asked, how much do y'all charge to take a case? It depends on the case. If you are a first responder or a military person, we charge nothing. If we're simply trying to save you money on your bill, I charge 10% of what we save you. If we are trying to get services approved, we typically charge $25 an hour. My husband has ulcerative colitis and ulcerative proctitis, and Blue Cross Blue Shield wants to charge $1,300 for meds. No, Hannah, Blue Cross Blue Shield doesn't want to charge that. The pharmacy wants to charge that. What we need to do is make Blue Cross Blue Shield and the pharmacy talk and do a single case agreement. Is what we need to do. I'm trying to look to see. How can the media call Biden president-elect when not all the votes have been counted? All right, Jeeper, this is what I was saying earlier, that the media calls it that way because that's the way they project it and the way they perceive it to be. You know, California hasn't voted for a Republican since Ronald Reagan. So it is easy to perceive that California is going to be Democrat. So, you know, the moment California Oregon and Washington. The moment their polls closed, bam, they made the call.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go Democrat. I mean, hell, they should have done that
Mm-hmm.
hours before, but that's what's they're going by the projections of
They
it.
have an algorithm where they plug this in and that in, and what counties are left.
Right.
What county predominantly
Now,
is Democratic.
you know what was funny about election night though was Fox News was calling states
They
like
called Virginia with 10%
quick.
in.
Quick. And CNN was the one that was being conservative and cautious. What? What?
This lady said I heard that all the nursing home patients were refused food and water until they voted.
There were some that they had found that there were some nursing home patients that were, if you want to stay here, you have to vote this way. If you want to get your meal tray or you want your pain pill, you have to sign this and vote this way. There were some that did that. Okay, Vinyl Sticker King, I'll look at it. We do medical billing and patient advocacy. Do we fight the VA for competition or compensation? Yes, if it's compensation for you, yes. Let's see. What other questions do we have? What?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. The real Ray Andrews got a call from a hospital today. You haven't heard from them in 4 years, and they're threatening to sue. Email us, and we will take a look at that case. That's not a problem at all. Now, who do I like to pick on the most? It was like unanimous pick on Stephanie.
Yeah. Oh, she gets mad at crowds. Yeah, well, sometimes she gets mad at crowds because she gets a reaction out of her. Oh, Michael, look at you.
That's why.
Probably.
He gets the biggest reaction out of
Yeah,
it.
like you throwing a fit and leaving a while ago. And you stayed in there. No. Bullshit. We all know that's bullshit. You were mad. Yes, you were. Yeah, everybody knows you were. Don't try it.
Everybody on here was like, why she get so busy?
Yeah, everybody. You stayed in there for 30 minutes until the phone rang. Yes. Yes, you were. It ain't broke, she screamed. Yes, we'll look at Dub Frost, see if we can help them too. You're trying to go from 70% to 100%, Wayne. We can look at it.
Who's that? Little Harrison?
Who's that?
Is that one of our? Is that the one we did the G tube and Tricare? What is his name? Oh,
That's the one you talked to his mom a lot.
yeah, all the time. His mom's name is Stacy.
Yeah.
The one you got mad at me for because I was constantly on your ass about her Tricare because she was switching from.
I know who you're talking about.
But that's what she's saying that he's in.
Is that her? Is that?
He's in the PICU?
That's what I just got said. That it says. Did you see that little Harrison is in the PIC? We have so many cases. I went in and changed his name again. Bro, you're killing me.
Good God.
That's my hair. Don't like it.
Okay, Dove
Oh,
Frost.
oh, here it is. It says Harrison is Doug Frost's son.
Okay, no, we don't know about that one yet, but that's probably the video that people keep saying they messaged to me. And then it says insurance keeps denying supplies they need.
She will not message us back though. Like I've tried to get in hold with their mom, and she will not message us.
Oh, on her? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she's got two twins.
Well, then Deb Frost has got to get a hold of us.
Yeah, we can't just. I mean, I've reached out.
She was just staying up all night last night because they weren't some of the supplies that she has. She forgot.
And I was like, I'll pull it up when we get off here. But yeah, I've tried to get in touch with her. I've messaged her, like private messaged her, everything, and she still hasn't.
Well, it's kind of hard to help. No, I'm not an attorney. It's kind of hard to help.
And we can get her kids the equipment, y'all. That's
Isn't
why
it?
I have her in multiple comments. I want to say,
Yeah,
like,
I just said that we wanted you to call us.
has she been on there? ICU, so she might not.
It was on 33 minutes.
Well, this happened 2 days ago.
She put a video on.
Yeah.
Okay, I commented on that one.
Yeah, I personally messaged her.
And so that we can fix this, we just need to be
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, we need
Because
to
she's
call.
got like the twins, and either one of them or both of them is terminally ill or something.
Both
Both of
same
them.
illness.
They were fine whenever they were growing up, and then it all.
She brought it, and the pay for it, so that when her like $1,800. Yes, I remember her. Did she call us or
No. No.
Continue to tag her. Tag her and tag her and tag her and tag her and tag her. I'll do it her later when we get off here.
I know. I mean, because we could probably do a lot with that.
Yeah, we can get her the equipment because they paid for it before. No, the thing is they paid for one kid to get a new one, but not the other one.
Right.
It was the same piece of equipment. They paid for one, but not the other.
No, not if it's the same condition. That
Right.
no. What? No.
That's what I said. And I was like,
How do I not drink at work and with dealing with them all day?
we do drink at work, bitches.
They were asking me, how do I not drink at work? You said we.
We drink
It
at
has
work.
nothing to do about we. It has to do with me. Do what? I know, because my son had to make a
I heard your table was terrible.
feather for Thanksgiving for his class or whatever. No, and Emma goes upstairs and gets like her craft drawer that's got glitter shit, pipe cleaners, the funky eyes, and all of that shit.
It's okay, Craig.
And at one point in time, my 4-year-old comes running out from the kitchen in the breakfast nook with all of his googly eyes. Literally, he's like covered. Yes. I wish that strip clubs did something for me so I could say I was a strip club, but they don't. You left. You left. What? What, at Cloud
I've
Nine?
never been to a strip club, guys. Raymond, yes, call us. I'll help you. Oh God, don't go to the sweetheart again.
Who besides Lenore is funny? I think we're all funny at times.
Funny, I just don't chime in unless it's worth it.
What was it that I said this morning? I mean, I hadn't heard Lisa chime in.
I know everybody's been with me. The Bumble thing. When they take her like a Bumble something.
Bumble's bounce.
Yeah. Someone said it's all for you.
It is.
But I'm not. Clearly, I'm the only one who hasn't been to a fucking strip club. I've been to strip clubs. I've never been to one. I've never been to one.
In Dallas,
Never been
me and my girlfriends, that's where we go hang out.
Yeah.
That's like the greatest thing. You took a way back environment with a group of girls. sit there in the corner and bullshit and drink. You don't have to worry about being in on you because there's naked women dancing. They're not trying to get on.
Right.
We had a blast.
I can see
We got
that.
to know. We got to know all the girls that work there. Most of them have kids and husbands and all there.
Now I have been. I mean, now I have been to the strip club. Like one of them that said Cloud Nine. That's in Abilene. I've been there whenever I lived there. Whenever I helped manage Rock and Rodeo and worked on the ambulance over there, and you know, which Cloud Nine when I was there, the strippers were ugly as nasty. Oh, yeah.
It's like going to Whiskey Flat.
Yes. I mean, it was awful.
Oh my God, I have to tell you a story though. Cliff, whenever he got married the first time, his friends took him out for his bachelor party. They were on their way to Fort Worth. Well, they stopped at Whiskey Flats on the way to Fort Worth, and they were going to go in. And he said they're all Audie and all of them were
Oh
walking
God,
in
Audie.
and giving their driver's license. So Cliff was the last one in line. And he said he looked in there and he said there was literally a pregnant bitch on the stage,
Yes, and an old
one with no teeth, and then the girl working the door was wearing lingerie and was pregnant too. And she was like, "I need your driver's license, sweetie." He goes, "No, you don't." He said, "I just turned and walked out until they could have fun. I was going to sit in the truck till they got done." He was like, "I'm not going in that fucking place."
There's just some places you just don't go.
And that's one of it. The
Well,
one they tried to open in Proctor.
Yes. Yes. I mean, that's one of those cases where he has got to be patient.
Yeah.
It is all about pricing right now. They're working through the pricing, and he is blowing my phone up. He has got to be patient. I mean, the workman's comp payment pricing takes ever.
90 days.
No, more than 90 days. This one takes forever. His case takes forever. It's going to get done. He's just going to have to be patient.
I mean, my son and daughter-in-law were there for in Austin a couple of years ago. Gavin and Kennebo. And it was funny because all the girls would come up and they'd be like talking to Gavin and he'd go, "That's my wife, that's my mom." And they're like, "Okay, sweetie, you want me to dance on her?" He's like, "No."
Guys, I think it's weird when guys like, I want to go to the strip club with my girlfriend. I'm like, why? Good job. Have fun. Like,
Yeah.
Let's see.
Right.
I do remember LeBear's in Dallas. Yeah, that was. See,
That guy would creep
If I was
me out.
married and my husband would
That
take me
oily guy body
rather than
thing
go to a
creeps
strip
me
club,
out.
I take that
Based
shit
on
all
where
day.
you're coming from and what time would be a good time to come visit us?
what? Who? What?
This girl named Lisa says, "Are we able to come visit?"
Let's go to the strip club, y'all. I'll go with you. Let's do it.
No, I'll be right back. My freaking kids' school.
Not mine.
Hi, Jazzy.
What did Daniel do for his bachelor party? For which marriage?
Not the first one, because he talks about her like.
You want me to tell you the God's honest truth?
She.
I didn't have a bachelor party.
For either one?
Neither one. No.
Judy went to a strip club and got a lap dance from a midget.
I didn't have a bachelor party at all. I mean, well, here's the thing. My friends stuff, they know strippers don't do anything for me. I mean, I'm sorry if this is gonna offend some people who strip that if they follow us, but I mean, you have boobs. I mean, they don't like you. But I mean, to me, I guess the reason why they don't do anything is it's because like there's no class. There is no class.
No. I'll tell you what, the one I went to in Austin.
And I for one have never paid for sex, and I will never.
Do we ever know? Do y'all actually physically know somebody who's paid for sex?
Yes.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bro.
Why? It's not a violation.
That was back in the day. I mean, like, he's married, he got 2 kids and happily, but I know.
Did you see the money change hands?
I've seen the money change hands.
Okay.
Sure did.
I know people.
He would have to go to the ATM
I'll get it out.
What's your question, Jazzy? What Jazzy question is?
Either with insurance
Yes.
companies or with help to get things.
Both.
The strip
Hi,
club that we went to in
Brianna.
Austin, there was one girl there, and she wasn't the hottest one up there by any means, but she was impressive. That girl could dance. She one-armed out, whole body out that pole, I mean, I was just like, damn. The core and upper body strength of that woman was impressive. I was just like, I can barely get out of bed. So her holding her whole body out by one arm.
Yes, we've already discussed the Chris and Brandy case. We've already fixed the Chris and Brandy case. J-Rob told me to tell you how. I don't know.
I wish.
I'm thinking of taking classes for medical billing. Any recommendations? Any one of the online, since you're just now starting taking the intro to medical billing and coding, you can do that class online. It's all the same content. It does not matter which one you use.
So,
What? What about it? Y'all still take the intro class?
A lot of terminology in that.
Yeah, because you can't get through. You can't get through to anywhere else till you have the intro. So that's how that goes. What?
Catherine, everything okay? He's withdrawing it. He's been withdrawing all week. It takes like 72 hours. After we'll break his asses. 5 days he did not take it. And now he was sitting in the hallway apparently about wanting to commit suicide. And I just explained him his point. I said, he lied to me about taking it for 5 days. I said, it's going to take a few days for him to get back on it. And I feel it that way. I've been feeling that way.
Good God Almighty.
I was like, I don't know what to do anymore.
Crystalline used to work at the Dallas Morning News. Oh my goodness.
See, guys,
Does it feel weird being the only man that works here? No.
you don't have no other men. You don't like men.
No, I would if but honest to God, well, no, I used to have another guy that worked for me, John Searcy. And he was a college kid. He didn't do too bad. He just figured out that it just wasn't for him. And so he left for greener pastures. But that's the only
Did you just wipe my kisses off?
guy that I've had ever apply or that I've hired. I've only ever had one guy because we're sitting in an office.
Most everybody that gets hired here knows somebody that's already here. And
Right. I mean,
I don't know any men that would probably sit in this office all day.
how do I handle?
Not straight.
How do I handle? I don't care if you're gay.
Yeah. That's the only kind of guy that we could probably get to work in here.
I mean, I wouldn't care so long as they did their damn job. I mean, I'd fire Sonny in a heartbeat to get another guy in here. Do what?
I thought we had plenty of room to expand.
We have plenty of room to expand, but I don't need to expand right now. So, like I said, I'd fire Sonny in a heartbeat. Or Stephanie.
Michael said he'll sit in the office. You wouldn't hire Stephanie.
Ah!
It's empty, fools.
She almost got me. So, how do I handle all of these women? Is what I have been asked. I yell at them. They drive me insane. Monday I had to chew all their asses. because like for some reason between last Wednesday and Monday, and we go through this about every 6 months, where they lose their fucking minds. They forget everything they've ever learned for like 5 days. And so every 6 months, I have to pull them in somewhere and have a come to Jesus meeting and chew their ass and get them back in line.
I think when he does it after lunch.
If you, do I like it when y'all get moody or mean? They do, and I get moody and mean right back. Because the way I feel about that is, I'm the fucking owner, bitch.
Cat said I don't get moody.
Whoa! You are going to hell faster than Stephanie.
I am taking that by my finger. Cat like the pieces of paper on her desk. She's like,
No,
she gets mad and you can hear just throwing paper.
Crystalline, it is not quiet women seldom make history. It is well-behaved women seldom make history. Y'all are not well-behaved. Ah! Liar! That doesn't mean that you are well-behaved. That means that nobody likes you enough to go pal around with you and take you to the strip club. I mean, we get along fine. We get along fine. No, it takes a certain kind of person to work in this office. You know, now, medical billing people can work in any medical billing office, but it takes a certain kind of person to work in my office.
In this office.
Big time.
He can tell you we're the best ever.
Oh, yeah.
He's not a good one.
They said now we know the Lord is the good one.
Give me my pen.
See, I don't take his shit. I don't take his shit.
Does Daniel get moody? Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes, Daniel gets moody. Yes, Daniel gets moody. And I'll tell you though, the reason why 99% of the time, honestly, the reason why I get mad is when I get confused. When I get confused and don't understand what's going on, that's when I get mad. I mean, you can ask my wife or anybody. When I get confused and don't understand what's going on, then I get pissed.
The Grinch, more like it.
No.
So I have a question.
What?
Reverend Clayton said you should join the funeral business. You go for insurance folks. Is that something that we can do?
What, for life insurance collection in?
Yes.
Well, that's what life insurance is for.
Is that what you're talking about, Red?
Daniel, if I had to marry one of my coworkers, which one would it be?
No. He would choose Daniel. Oh, dang.
My wife is fine with me working with all these women. That she's their damn doctor. Who would I?
Because these insurance don't have the family.
Who would I marry in this office?
Okay, so it's Kat. Jessica said tell Jessica. Make her son take her medicine in front of her.
So it's not my son, it's Catherine. But no, you said Jessica said to tell Jessica.
Who would
But
I marry?
Catherine and I already had this conversation because we had to do the same thing with my daughter.
Well, no. If I had to choose, if I had to,
Who looks dumb and
Travis and Hello Daniel.
who?
He's not the most moody. Lisa's kind of moody.
I'm just quiet.
Lisa's just quiet.
The only thing you hear from Lisa is, shut the fuck up.
Because I'm on the phone and I can't even hear the insurance people because you're screaming.
I'm still stuck on this. Who would I marry?
And Humana's the worst because they have like the most sensitive.
Michael, God,
Well,
can I call you?
you know, I could actually do this. I could actually. Okay, so I wouldn't marry Stephanie because she gets on my fucking nerves and she's a lesbian. I love her, but no. I couldn't marry Sunny because she's too damn short and got too damn many kids. Exactly. We ain't Brady Bunch in this shit.
Travis said don't marry the wife. He married Kat.
I wouldn't
Oh, you don't know this bitch if you think that.
I wouldn't marry
I'm pretty mouthy.
Jessica because she's nothing but a hypochondriac. And I mean, it's like the only thing that would fix her would be a bullet. I wouldn't marry Lisa because she's too damn old. She's about dried up and used up.
That's a lie.
But now, I guess that would leave Kat, but which wouldn't be bad because like Hayden is 14 or 15. So like he's almost out the house.
She ain't got no kids in her house. Yeah, Lisa ain't got no kids.
But she's old.
Not that much older.
She knows what she's a shit show.
So I'm thinking it would almost no, I'm not blushing. I'm almost thinking it would have to be Kat because like 3 years.
No, one of them would go to jail. If they were married,
Me or Kat? Oh no, that's probably true too. We probably would because there are times when if there wasn't a wall between me and Kat, we'd beat the hell out of each other.
The thing with me and Daniel, when we're both having a bad day, we do not talk to each other.
No.
Because if we talk to each other,
It's bad.
war. It's World War II.
3.
I've never seen you two argue. And have you figured
God,
we
I
have
have.
figured out from day one, like, you've seen them
Oh, well, okay, so like
last week,
even when
not as bad as
like even when Jonna was here or who's a couple of others that we've gone through? Besides Jamie,
my favorite one.
Melissa, yeah, I mean there's some of them that would tell you that if Kat and I were to fight, it would make you would want to go crawl in a hole.
That was one time though.
But both of you are so stubborn that you're not going to back
And it's
down.
not even
so
stubborn
it will
either.
be-
We're the type that we always have to get the last word in. That's another thing.
They both have to be.
That's it. That's it.
There's no okay. Just concede
Yeah.
and get it over with.
What was it? Oh my god.
That was bad.
Who won the argument?
I did.
I want to say you're not what?
Kat left and was
Whoever-
no, I sent her home.
That's the day he told me that I had to go get on medication because if I didn't, he was firing me.
Yeah.
You weren't. Not yet. When you got your medicine, I was working there. I had a donut.
Let's see. Somebody wants to be our video production guy.
Stephanie is, yes.
Who starts the arguments? Stephanie. Stephanie starts damn near all of the arguments, with the exception of Jessica. And your arguments start after I have done told you 15 motherfucking times how to do something, and you still try to play the dumb one. And I don't know how to do that. No! Taxing? Gas for fire? Gasper Fire?
No. The Gasper Fire wasn't an argument.
You're like, I didn't know I was doing that. You bitch, you been doing them.
You know what? I don't know what you're buying for lunch, but he's buying fucking lunch if you think he'd be mean.
Someone said you need to go check them out, and I said you do it. You try to do it.
I know, I do it daily.
Yeah,
It was closed yesterday, and then somebody has a package for us. It still shows in transit.
With all the ballots.
That would be my assumption.
Mail-in ballot.
Who's the easiest to work with and who's the hardest? The hardest to work with is Stephanie. Honest to God, the hardest to work with is Stephanie. Because she don't fucking listen. She's another one of those, you have to repeat everything 15 fucking times. And then she'll, she mixes her words up, and even at the end of the conversation, she doesn't even know what the fuck she said.
That's what we were talking about the other day. I can't tell you how many times a day I'm in my office and Stephanie's on the phone and she's trying to get a word out, and I just say it under my breath, and then she says it right after me.
I mean, she's
We
Lord.
help you with yours.
Let's see, and then Lisa's probably the easiest to work with.
Yeah.
Because Lisa doesn't cause me any grief. You know, she'll come and ask a question. Okay, what do I do with this one? And it's after she's already tried.
I don't
So,
ask unless I have
right,
to.
and then so once I tell her, she's like, okay, she's done. Well, but, she'll say, well, what do I do about this? And I'll tell her. Then it's like, well, what about this and this and this? Well, no, do it this way. Well, what if I do this and this? No, do it this way, which is exactly what goes down with you.
And 90% of the
And
time, Lisa will come to me first.
Yeah. And then she'll go. Okay. You gotta learn to talk quieter. What's going on?
Who is on the fire list? Every fucking one of them.
Fire me.
Who's on my who's my your fire list? Sonny is first. Last one hired, first one fired. Tell the ladies they are beautiful and gorgeous. Well, you tell them. I'm not telling them that.
Thank you.
Do you guys help with retirement for pastors? I'm not a financial advisor. I do know a couple of good financial advisors that can help you with retirement for pastors, though. And one of them is a pastor that is a financial planner. Oh, McLemore.
Yeah. Altar Bomber too.
What time is it?
Yeah.
Altar Bomber.
Have we started planning the Christmas party? No, have not.
What was wrong with last year's?
What?
Last year's Christmas party?
It was Kat's fault.
The reality of it was we were supposed to have it at Daniel's house. Then he changed it to the office. Then we were supposed to find somewhere to have lunch. Then we couldn't pick a day or a time, so I just
Because y'all said that, well, the office is too small to do it at.
So that's the reason why it was.
And that was your deal, was the office was too small.
I was just following orders from the manager. Well, yeah.
And I was there doing it at my house. I don't remember why we didn't do it at my house. I don't remember what that was. Stephanie.
Look at
Kat.
It's just a
relief.
Lord have mercy.
Who would
It was the Can't Get Rid of Kat, you would shut down. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Remember, I trained her.
Crazy ass.
Crystal Palace will help you. So Trump is still
Right.
Stephanie's a laughing party.
I do. That's true.
We have parties
Now-
and she's the only one that don't show up.
This is true. Yes, Stephanie never shows up, or she'll show up for 15 minutes and leave because she's like perfectly fine that day. And then like, hey, everybody come to my house, And everything's great. Okay, I'll see you after a while. Well, then she's 2 hours late and stays for 15 minutes.
She always says she's gonna come and then she doesn't.
Right.
Always.
So now, the oh shit, I lost it. Hang on. I can't remember.
You told him to, I guess.
Oh, now I remember what we're talking about. So
Wants to get hired?
I say yes. I do tell people. I do like to hire people that don't know anything because A, I want to train them the right way. B, I don't have to undo bad habits or undo bad learning and redo it again. You know, I would rather you be dumb as a fucking stump. We have tried to reach out to Doug Frost multiple times.
No.
She just got one. And if Stephanie keeps it up, she's gonna get a demote.
I got one. Open enrollment time. High deductibles with HSA or lower deductibles with Flex.
Lower deductibles with Flex.
Always go Flex instead of HSA.
Always go Flex instead of HSA. Now, open enrollment time is right now through December 15th. Excuse me, January
For Medicare.
January 7th. December 15th is Medicare.
We should have a friend.
But always go low deductibles with Flex instead of high deductible with HSA because high deductible with HSA, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
What's the fucking point?
You're still paying the same amount of money.
We understand that. Catch up. We understood that 35 minutes ago, there, Sonny.
Well, but this is November 12th. Oh, thank you very much.
Why Flex versus HSA? Because your Flex card will help you cover anything and everything just like the HSA will.
Band-aids and
Yeah, where the HSA won't cover the basic stuff, the Flex will. Not to mention the fact the HSA, there normally is not as much money in there as the Flex is. And if you don't lose it, or if you don't use it, you lose it. With the Flex, you can roll it over. So
that's my big thing. I never tell anybody to do an HSA unless you know you're going to have major medical done.
Right.
And you put it in there. If for some reason you just put $2,000 in there and you only go to the doctor once a year,
you just lost that $2,000.
$1,900.
Yep.
So why do that whenever you have a Flex account that you can roll?
I would love to have another man in this office. That way I'm not so outnumbered.
Whatever. I think you'd fight with a guy who's in this office.
The governor of Ohio is trying to shut us down again.
Well, because Governor Mike DeWine of Ohio is drinking too much wine.
Yeah, that's your new name, my son. He's drinking too much wine.
Mike DeWine drinks too much DeWine.
HSA won't allow over-the-counter stuff.
A lot of stuff. A lot of HSAs don't.
Depends on their HSA, but
But probably 80% of the HSAs don't.
80%.
Would I ever join a third party? I hate third party administrator. Oh God, I hate third party administrator.
That's all I call all day long is fucking third
They
party.
are terrible.
And they've got like 12 fucking names for their one.
Yes.
Our company won't allow to roll our Flex money if we don't use it.
Then that's not Flex. That's HSA.
that's HSA. That's not Flex.
University of Michigan might be shutting down again.
I'm not surprised.
So I called the places when I put my mom her EDC on Tuesday and mine's on Wednesday.
Yeah.
My mom has got a COVID test for hers. I bet. Why is that?
Same place?
Somebody missed yours.
Baylor
I
Scott. What?
called them 2 days this morning.
In Granbury?
No, Fort Worth.
I don't know. See, whenever I had my shoulder surgery, I didn't have to have a COVID test.
See, but I had to have mine for my carpal tunnel.
Yeah.
That may be because, you know, you're like on that elderly spectrum, and so is her mom. You know, I mean, I think it's one of those once you pass the point of being able to fart dust, you have to have a COVID test.
Why, or is it dirty whenever you fart up?
Fart fucking Rose's bitch.
They say that the vaccine.
Well,
That's a good subject
what?
about the COVID vaccine. It says, but DeWine said that a vaccine is coming in December, so what's the point in shutting down?
Okay, all right. So let's talk about this vaccine.
I'm done with it. It's empty. It's so fucking empty.
Now, the one I kissed you before. Okay, so the COVID vaccine. You know, it is showing, 90% effective rate in the ones that it has that have been given it so far. Now, I believe that you should only take the COVID vaccine if you want to, just like a flu shot or whatever. That is an option. But I personally am not taking it. As political as COVID has gotten, I personally will not take the COVID vaccine. There is too much political, and they're going to try and track you and all this shit going on that I'm not going to take the COVID vaccine. Now, I don't want to try to discourage anybody from taking it. If the vaccine gets pushed through, which it looks like Pfizer is going to be the company that's going to get it approved first.
What is Komodo? In New York.
Oh, Cuomo. Well, the governor's not going to have a choice. If the vaccine's going to be distributed, then it's going to be up to the individual to get it if they want to. That's federal mandate. I mean, the governor ain't got no choice in that.
April said I'm an STNA and they already threatened our jobs.
Now, if you work in a hospital,
If you work
they
in-
can make you.
That's part of your employment contract. Now, there are places there are hospitals that will not require you to have it, but it's the same thing as like having your TB test and all of that first.
Yeah, when I worked in the hospital, TB test, flu test, your vaccinations have to be up to date. I mean, that's a requirement. It's
Yeah.
a term.
A lot of medical facilities require those things. And it's to prevent that nurse or that aide or that doctor or whatever from transmitting something to the patient that is admitted to that facility.
So what you're saying is you can't be a nurse and have AIDS.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
You can be a nurse and TB.
Absolutely. I mean, there are plenty of healthcare providers that have HIV and or AIDS. Now, some states require that physician or that nurse to disclose, before I treat you, I need to let you know that I have HIV. Are you still comfortable? Yes, you have to disclose that. There's some states that they don't have to tell. Okay, I personally would not care if they have HIV or AIDS. Are you wearing gloves? Yes. Okay. I mean, it's passed through blood and semen. I mean, and hey, you're not fucking me. And so long as you got gloves on, then we're good. I mean, you do use that's why they have what's called universal precautions. You use universal precautions anyway. So long as you do it, then it's fine.
Whatever.
Somebody's saying Jessica froze.
Okay, I was gonna say everybody just went offline. I got
So it really would not bother me at all. Let's see, unretired corrections. They never told us which inmate had HIV, and they don't have to, Kentucky, because at that point in time, they are not a medical provider. They are a patient, which falls under the HIPAA guidelines.
Need no basis.
Hi, John.
I'm sure you will.
My favorite color is blue. This has been an hour and 15 minutes.
We're not going to do this all day.
This is like so
I can
much.
do it all day.
This is so much better than last week.
It's not the Rona, it's not smoker stuff.
I know yesterday it looked like
It never fails.
yesterday her hair looked like she had stuck her finger in a light socket while getting ass fucked by a billy goat. It looked like we can't go eat at Chick-fil-A because we don't have a
Yeah, I
Chick-fil-A.
wish we had a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go in there and see what they got.
They have like 3 choices and that's it.
Nuggets, sandwich. They got rid of the nuggets? They used to have the nuggets. What?
Completely. I'm completely.
What food? We are in Stephenville, Texas, Mr. Fix-It. No, you are not fixing shit. You need to work on fixing your damn self before. Oh my God. Well, yeah. What?
They always fuck up
They
the
fuck,
order.
yeah, you have to go in there.
Always.
I don't want to go in there. The last time, when's the last time I've ever gone somewhere? I don't even know the name of it.
Yeah, we just went to Jake and Dorsey.
You were there. Oh, that was a while ago. If we had a quarantine with one of you, who would it be?
Me.
Lisa.
That'd be the easiest one.
Yeah.
Why? Because y'all be getting drunk every day?
Yep.
Yeah, that would sit there and watch TV and drink
Yeah.
beer and wine and whiskey.
April said, do you guys think that Biden would win?
Do I think?
I raised 3 boys. That'd be perfect.
Do I think Biden is really going to be president? I think that there is a chance. But I think that with all of the lawsuits and stuff going through, and a lot of lawsuits and stuff that are allowed to proceed, and the recounts that are being done, I really don't think he will win it. I think there's a chance, but I don't think he'll win it. I think it will be Trump. Just remember, Trump hasn't been elected yet. Biden hasn't been elected yet. It doesn't happen until December when all the votes are counted and certified.
We can't if we're sick. Like if we're
Yeah.
like sick or an emergency or your kids.
What do I think about Trump's situation and the voter fraud? Well, I think that there's going to be a lot of stuff that's fixing to go on in court that's going to show it. I really do. Now, whether it's going to change the outcome, I don't know yet.
How much change would we see in the medical field if Biden wins?
Okay, so now that's actually a very, very good question. Not that none of the other questions.
He said y'all's other questions.
But thank you, Devin. The part about healthcare that if Biden wins, everybody's got to remember that no matter if Biden wins or not, whatever healthcare laws that are coming must make it through the House of Representatives and the Senate before it goes to the White House to be signed. Okay? Then, because it's Biden, just like it was Trump, just like it was Obama, then there's going to be a lot of constitutional challenges and Supreme Court challenges going on before anything's going to become law. Now, Medicare for all? No, that will not happen. What did you just do? Did you just fart?
Wait, wasn't the sparking thing, was it?
But so, now, I think there's going to be, what my fear is and it won't happen for a couple of years because it's going to be challenged, is that Biden is going to try to reinstitute the individual mandate where you get fined if you don't have insurance. Now, that was already ruled unconstitutional, but that ruling could be overturned if there were other arguments that were heard. So that's probably my biggest fear. And see, that's why there were a lot of insurance premiums that dropped whenever the individual mandate that required you to have health insurance or you get fined. When that went away, health insurance premiums dropped because it's one of those you didn't have to have it. So when the individual mandate was in place, the insurance companies knew you had to have it. So they could charge you whatever the fuck they wanted. They didn't have to compete for price.
Yeah.
They could charge you whatever they wanted because they knew you had to have it. What? What? Free money? That's a Democrat. But so that's the insurance carriers knew you had to have it, so they could charge you whatever they wanted to. Once the individual mandate came away, premiums dropped. Now, some people's premiums still went up because according to what they used, but it wasn't, massive. What? I'd probably make the man have a stroke by screaming at him. I mean, I am hungry. We are going to go get some food now, guys. Much love to everybody. We will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And then this live will also be up on our YouTube. The Lord and His Devils and the Lord and, all one word. And we also have our weekly podcast. As a matter of fact, it is on iTunes now. The Lord and His Devils. Well, because you searched it right after I said we got approved. Whenever, because you didn't listen. You didn't listen. Whenever I said we got approved for iTunes, you went, oh, good. So then you started searching. But it said, whenever I kept trying to tell you that, it may take a few hours to show up. We are on our podcast is on iTunes. It's we're waiting on Spotify. It's on several different platforms, including Buzzsprout. But somebody actually has already listened to our podcast on iTunes and gave us a rating review and 5 stars. So anyway, we are out of here. Yeah, all the links are in our bios and stuff like that. Yeah, see, Farm Kids already listen. What's it again? The Lord and His Devils. That's what the DALORDT and His Devils. That's what it is for the podcast. Anywho, hey, Officer Grove. Hey, Bloody Mary. Thank you, Lachey. All right, guys. Bye.